WWE superstars in a March Madness bracket game with your picks to determine who is the biggest WWE superstar of all time. We're going to go through and play a bracket fight that I chose. And if we have time, maybe we'll do one or two other ones. So if you're going to hang around, make sure you comment and let me know what you want to do because, hey, we got a while tonight. It's Friday night, March Madness. SmackDown on the road to WrestleMania is right now. If you got a comment on that, please leave your comments on SmackDown tonight. Street Profits are coming out now to the new old music that they used to have with Bobby Lashley, I do believe. So we're going to talk SmackDown. We can talk WrestleMania. And we're just going to have some fun tonight. So whatever you're up to, let me know. Whatever you're going to be doing this weekend, let me know. And we'll have a good old time tonight. Brackets. I don't really do the brackets usually for NCAA, but from what I understand, from last night's game, like 99.78% of perfect brackets have been busted. We're going to bust some brackets. We're going to bust some balls tonight with our picks. We're going to have some fun. It's wrestling. It's WrestleMania season. So let's get into this. Let's just have some fun. All right. The brackets are going to have a whole slew of different kinds of people, as you can see right there in the thumbnail. A lot of people you're familiar with. Most of you should be pretty familiar with everyone. If you want to Google Bruno Sammartino really quick, or if you want to Google Bob Backlund, I think those are the two oldest on the list that we're going to be doing. And of course, we can be doing another one after this if you'd like. Yeah, we're just going to have some fun tonight and do something a little different. So March Madness. This is the bracket that we'll be doing. And if you want to run through it here with me, we'll just go through it really quick. That's the first match that we're getting right there, by the way. There it is. CM Punk versus Andre the Giant. That's going to be the first pick that we do. Pretty crazy picks. And some of these head-to-heads right off the bat are pretty, they're going to be tough picks. But I know we can do it together. We'll get through this. We have to say goodbye to some of our favorites as some others move on to the semifinals and the finals. And we get down to who in this bracket maker bracket fight is the greatest WWE superstar of all time. March Madness fun. Let me get into the brackets just so you can kind of get a little view of what the matchups are. This is the first one. So get your picks. There's a lot of picks in here. I'm going back and forth, head to head. You got Brett against Jericho. You got Shawn against Jeff. Roddy against Edge. Big Show against Eddie. The Game versus Rey Mysterio. Bruno versus Kane. That bottom one's going to be, I don't really care who gets that one. But this is it. This is the bracket that we're going to be going through right here. Bracket fights. This is the most well-rounded one I saw in there. We can do some other ones after this if you want, or we can just end the night like this and just have some fun. Got a lot of classics on here. If your favorites are not on this bracket, please leave a comment and let me know who you think deserves to be on the bracket or deserves to be winner or at least in the finals. A lot of superstars who could be and should be, but only room for so many. Are you ready for bracket fights? All right, let's get into this. I'll go full screen here and leave comments. I'll get to them when I get to them. And we are going to pick who we think is the best WWE superstar, past or present. Let's get into it. First matchup right here. It's CM Punk versus Andre the Giant. Now you have to look at the scope of everything here. I know there's the whole thing where those who paved the way for everyone else kind of get shown in a higher light, but then again, people are going to show popularity and things that are gauged now that weren't gauged back then, like YouTube hits and all those kind of things. If we're looking at it, I do believe I'm going to have to pick Andre the Giant over CM Punk. This is a tough one. This is the first one, and this is one of the toughest ones on here. But I got to pick Andre the Giant over CM Punk. If you disagree, please let me know why. in the comments. But this is it for the first match. I got to pick Andre the Giant. Next matchup. Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, whatever you want to call him. He's so good. He went from the Nexus to getting fired to being the most over star in the company. One of the biggest underdog stories in the company against Diesel. And I'm just going to say Kevin Nash in general on here. So let's just do the whole thing. Kevin Nash in general against Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan. Who do you pick on here for all time? Again, this is all time WWE superstar. Who do you think is a bigger superstar in the whole grand scheme of things? I love Kevin Nash. Him going to WCW was a huge deal, and it started the NWO, which kicked off the Attitude Era. So that is why I'm going to pick Kevin Nash over Daniel Bryan. You can hit me up in the comments and hate me, but that's what I got to pick. Just because it's not even like those who paved the way kind of mentality. It's just the fact that without him, so much of what we have today wouldn't even exist. So that's why I have to pick Kevin Nash. You can nitpick me in the comments all you want. I know the in-ring capabilities of Bryan are so much better. But I still love Kevin Nash for all that he gave to wrestling and, of course, his Twitter. But, yeah, if we're going all time, I got to say Diesel Kevin Nash. Even though his second run, his third run, his fourth run. All those NWO runs after that. That's good. All right, here's a big one. I need comments on this if you can. Of all time WWE, WWF, who is the bigger star? John Cena, who just turned heel in his final year of wrestling, or dig it, Macho Man Randy Savage? Who do you think is a bigger WWE star of all time between Macho Man and John Cena? It is so, the popularity of Macho Man cannot be denied. The mega powers colliding. Ricky Steamboat at WrestleMania. So many great things here. But then, I hate the guy, but his catalog. There's the vote, huh? That's it? Is John Cena Mr. All Power? That's the vote? Your loyalty to John Cena is what's getting that vote because of your unbelievable loyalty to us. Hope you're having a great night, Mr. All Power. We are going through the brackets here. Booker T versus The Rock. You must be talking about Booker T on this one, but I disagree, Mr. All Power. I disagree. The Rock, huh? It's gotta be. I love Booker T. I love what he did in WWE, but it's already. These are the first round brackets, Mr. All Power. This is so. This is what it is, sucker. Are we choosing The Rock? Is it pretty plain and simple? I love Booker T, and we could talk about him all day, but it's got to be The Rock. It just has to be. I love you, Booker. His contributions on NXT are so good, in my opinion. Shawn Michaels versus Jeff Hardy. The charismatic, enigmatic. Yeah. The artist. He is the final boss, the most electrifying man ever. Who do you got for this one? I mean, it's got to be Shawn Michaels, in my opinion. Jeff Hardy was his own worst enemy. He could have been bigger. He even said a comment how big he could have been. He was his own worst enemy, but man, he could have been such a huge solo star. Exactly. That is it. He was so over when he was champ. Everything was hot. And then just the demons, man. The demons got him. But he's still wrestling. And it's got to be HBK, though. Yeah, I agree. HBK, give it to him. The WrestleMania matches after he came back from his injury have been some of the best of all time. All right, it's the Big Slow versus Eddie Guerrero. I mean, Big Show has done a lot. And I want to point out something really quick here. Big Show coming over on St. Valentine's Day Massacre to help Vince McMahon against Stone Cold in the Steel Cage match was a huge deal. That was a huge deal. That was someone big from WCW that came over. After WrestleMania 2000, he kind of started to putter out, and that's where his gimmick kind of got a little. Eddie, on the other hand, he came over with the Radicals. That was a big deal. And they showed that a group of four who weren't that popular could all kind of become popular. But Eddie Guerrero was the big one. We see Sasha, Mercedes, and others still doing the Three Amigos and everything else. So that is my pick for Eddie. It's got to be Eddie. If anyone has any other pick for Big Show, please let me know now or forever hold your peace, because I love Big Show, but he puttered out after about 2 years. Eddie it is. Phantom, how you doing? Hope you're having a great weekend. We're just going through the brackets, baby. We're choosing the best of the best. And viva la raza. I should have worn my Eddie shirt for tonight. All right. Ric Flair, woo, versus Kurt Angle. Who's the bigger WWE star? Not WCW, not TNA. That's the thing here. Not WCW, not TNA. I do believe Kurt Angle's best run is in TNA. Great matches. Who do you think is the bigger WWE star? Ric Flair, who had a huge WrestleMania match, or was supposed to, against Hulk Hogan, but the two couldn't play ball. So that kind of putters out his big spot for me. Or Kurt Angle, who just was a great heel, great comedic, and you can still take seriously in the ring. Oh, okay, what if you don't include his TNA stuff? That's what I'm saying. Cannot include his TNA stuff. This is just WWE. Even though I did kind of include Kevin Nash going to WCW. These are. And they'll get tougher as we wind on down. This is so tough. Who's a bigger WWE star? WWE. Ric Flair came in, was the consortium when Shane bought WCW. And then was like the Evolution old man. But his retirement match against HBK was so damn good. It was so damn good. I think that was one of my favorite matches of all time. I gotta say, though, for WWE, it's Kurt Angle. Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Power. Let's give it to Kurt. I'm sorry. Rick, a few other places, but let's go with this one. Bruno Sammartino versus Kane. It's got to be Kane. Not in the pick. I'm just, quoting good old JR here from that Hell in a Cell where he debuted. But Bruno Sammartino, Triple H talks about Bruno Sammartino left and right. We're talking about records with Bruno Sammartino and title holds. I love Kane, but I got to give this to Bruno, man. You got to go old school on this one. Mr. Power agrees. It's Bruno Sammartino. Let's give him the victory here. Love you, Kane, but bye-bye. Stick to politics. Oh, we're going through the whole left side before we get to the right. Holy crap. All right. Big men time. Andre the Giant or Kevin Nash? Kevin Nash. You need to be on commentary. Who do you think? Andre the Giant or Kevin Nash? And I am including Kevin Nash's going to WCW, but not his WCW stuff. If that makes sense. Yeah, that's why we had to say goodbye to him. All right, we got one for Andre. Anyone else been voting for Andre? I think it's got to be. Yeah, Andre. Love you, big sexy. But man, honestly, the stuff that he came back with, the NWO stuff wasn't that great. It was just basically the Hogan Rock match. Everything else, he tore his quad and didn't have a good run. Andre, consistency, put people over as long as you were decent. Now, this is it. We're not even in the finals, and this is the matchup. The Rock or John Cena? This is so tough. I cannot believe we're going this whole route right now. Ugh. Phantom, I'm trying to have a good Friday night. I need to start drinking yet. All right. I can be swayed either way, Phantom. John Cena was all around longer and didn't leave the first chance he got, like The Rock. The shade on The Rock. It is his final year. I do have to say, the catalog, the wrestling catalog, the matches. I gotta say, I gotta give it to John Cena. Damn it! Guys, killing me. The poses are even the same on this one. HBK or Eddie Guerrero? Who was a bigger WWE influence? Who's one of the biggest of all time? Who's the bigger one? HBK or Eddie Guerrero? Unfortunately, Eddie's time was cut so short. And a lot of the beginning time was stuff getting into things with the Rascals and finding himself. Personally, I got to say HBK. Again, you start out with the Rockers and you go the route of the tag teams, barbershop window, the big run in the Attitude Era, DX, the match with Austin and Tyson. You leave for a bit, you find yourself, Jesus, whoever you find, but you come back 20 times better and have all these matches. Man, why am I even talking right now? I love you, Eddie. We all love you, but it's got to be Shawn. All right, I need help on this one. I need help big time on this one. I need all votes, if you can, please. Bruno Sammartino or Kurt Angle. Who is the bigger WWE legend, superstar? Anything you want to say about that? And another shout out to Eddie right here. He did beat Brock. Yeah, this would have been a good wrestling match. Grappling, storytelling in the ring. We'll get to another storyteller in the other bracket there in Bret Hart, but holy crap, are these two just it? This is a dream match. Let me know who you think on here. I think I know. I think I know. I'm 50-50. I'll go for first vote wins. First vote wins. God, I'm still so sour on Kurt Angle's last match. I was there live and it just didn't sit well. It still isn't sitting well with Kurt either. I don't like the Baron Corbin thing. I might go Bruno on this one. Anyone want to challenge that? I think I have to go Bruno on that. All right. I think I'm going to go Bruno. We are winding down here on the left side of the brackets. Another big one. Big Match John, as he calls himself when he looks into the mirror, against Andre the Giant. This is so huge right off the bat. Oh, you picked Kurt. I'm sorry. Maybe it's the leg on my end. I picked Bruno. Get you voted on this one. This one's very tough because, again, Andre's catalog is so huge too, and it was putting people over as well. And he was just he was the business. He was the Undertaker in the locker room before the Undertaker. John Cena would give him an AA better than HH did. We don't need to see the name, even though he's right there on the right. You guys are killing me with this. You're killing me. I'm going to do it. It's painful. Man. Ooh. We only have like 9 more months of this guy. All right. HBK or Bruno Sammartino. We are talking WWE greatest of all time. How many times this name is going to come up tonight? New drinking game. Not in movies, he's not. Oh, come on. Bruno Sammartino or Shawn Michaels. This is a tough one. These are two all-time legends. We talked about the catalogs. We're almost down to the nitty-gritty here. In the end. Cole Money, good to see you. HBK, sweet chin, baby. And I'll pass the odds. There we go. I think it's got to be HBK. Again, this is the story and the build of WWE from the tag team in the Rockers all the way up to retiring Sticky Ricky Flair and now doing work in NXT, even if you don't count the NXT stuff. Shawn, we love you. So let's do this right here. You guys are going to break my damn heart. Oh my goodness gracious! Just say whoever you think, HBK or Cena. Now, before you start typing, let me again reiterate Shawn Michaels' resume as a rocker in a tag team, doing one of the best heel turns with the barbershop window, doing a great Intercontinental run with the ladder match too against Razor Ramon, starting Degeneration X, starting to carry and lead the Attitude Era, bringing the ratings back with the match with Stone Cold and Mike Tyson, coming back from neck injury, finding Jesus, his family. Trust me, I'm selling the hell out of Shawn for this. I hate Cena so much. Having the biggest WrestleMania runs, being Mr. WrestleMania on his way back in 20 times better matches even than his previous run when he was huge. Great retirement. All the stuff he's doing in NXT. And then John Cena wrestled like 5 matches, I think. I can't remember. This. Come on. Come on. When is 2025 going to be over? Y'all are killing me. Just do it. Just get it over with. All right. That's it. That's it on that side of the bracket. Damn it. Cena. Who is going to face Cena? Who is going to face Tiny Peanut Cena? We're going to find out right now as we run through the other half of the bracket. And this match right here, this breaks my heart. Doing these big matches just to kick it off like this. Why can't we kick us off against like 1, 2, 3 Kid in one of these two? I don't know, but we're going to do Stone Cold versus The Undertaker to kick off the right side of the bracket. Let's take a little time out really quick. Just want to let you know that I think next week we'll go through the Slammy Awards together. So if you want to stick around next week, we'll do that. I might even be, if afternoon works better, I might even do an afternoon stream instead of a night stream. Let me know in the comments, but we'll go through and we'll vote the Slammy Awards together and hang out. But yes, this is the March Madness, and let's get into the second half of this because I know y'all are busy, got the weekends popping off. Stone Cold Steve Austin, who's rumored to be coming to WrestleMania in Vegas. He's doing the WrestleMania World. He's been training after the surgery. Phantom, this is a hard list. This is a hard list. I can't even... I want to say Stone Cold, he's one of my favorites of all time, but at the same time, you look at Shawn Michaels and the same things I said about his resume, it's just as long, right? We got one for Stone Cold. Stone Cold really did propel the Attitude Era and bring WWF up to snuff with what WCW is bringing to the table. So much so, they try to copy him and Goldberg, which that loser we'll get to at the end of this round on the right. We got one for Stone Cold. Someone give me another vote here. Either one for Stone Cold. 3 biggest names this century in wrestling are John Cena, The Rock, and Stone Cold. Sorry, Taker. Oh, you guys are killing me. All right, if no one else votes for Taker, I'm going Stone Cold for Mr. All Power. I am Taker. Taker, you might have sealed your fate on there. I'm fine with that because Stone Cold, man, we wouldn't be watching wrestling the way we are right now without Stone Cold. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Let's move on. Mick Foley or the guy selling beer? Mick Foley or the guy who doesn't sign autographs if he gets attitude? Mick Foley or Megamania? What do you think? Who do you think is the bigger star for WWE? Give your opinions. Who do you think? Like, really? Again, Mick Foley helped bring in the Attitude Era and bring the ratings back to wrestling. TNA stuff doesn't count. ECW stuff doesn't count. Just WWE. If we can take... Oh, Jesus, this is so tough. Because right now he's like poison to wrestling. So he's actually like being an anti-superstar. I think for this one, I know we're bullshitting if we pick Mick Foley, right? We're bullshitting. But I kind of want to move on from the brother. Let's just move on from the brother. Let's just have a better life. Technically, I know, but let's stick with this. Bret Hart versus Chris Jericho. Let's have some more fun here. Let's get back into it. Who do you think? Who do you think was the bigger WWE star? Chris Jericho had a stellar run in WWE, especially coming over from WCW. Bret Hart, again, mirroring Shawn Michaels, being a part of the tag team with the Anvil, being a solo star, doing the faction with his family, the feud with his brother, Owen Hart, the matches against Shawn, the Montreal Screwjob, the excellence of Executioner. But then Chris Jericho, man, just changes his gimmick with ease in WWE. It doesn't seem as corny as AEW. Jericho isn't even the best Canadian. Yeah, I gotta say, for WWE, Bret Hart, man, he really sealed the deal, and a lot of great matches in eras that I didn't really care for were just because of Bret Hart. All right, this is kind of, I don't want to say it's a no contest, but I'm just going to say, as someone who grew up a fan of Warrior, especially around the WrestleMania 5 and 6 eras, I gotta give it to Roman Reigns here. The Hitman with the glasses even. Let me put him on you, kid. All right. It's gotta be Roman Reigns, right? The longevity of Roman Reigns, and I know he had the system behind him trying to make him a big star, but the fact that he kept at it and then figured himself out to be the OTC after probably the best storyline maybe of all time. It's better than the NWO. Roman, gotta vote for Roman. Warrior, the span wasn't long enough. Roman Reigns, man, what a huge career he's had, and I think we still have a few good years left in him before he starts officially being like a part-timer. Wow. All right. Definitely gonna need your help here. I'm definitely need your help. He's here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And he's all out of bubblegum. I didn't even wear this on purpose. I love this guy. One of the best on the stick. Hot Rod, Roddy Piper, against Edge, the Radar Superstar. Who do you think? WWE career. Hot Rod did it all. He came in hot in WrestleMania, rockin' wrestling, the stuff with Cyndi Lauper being in the Goonies video, the Saturday morning television show, They Live, a couple other movies he was in, Return to Frogtown, I think. A bunch of stuff, though. God damn, he paved the way. He was a perfect heel. He was like everything. And then Edge, tag team again. I love people that start off in tag teams. It's just an old school thing, I guess. And just became one of the biggest stars. You know why he wasn't even a bigger star? Because John Cena needed to be the hero rather than let a villain like Edge or Randy Orton shine. My 2 cents. They're facts, but they're my 2 cents. Had Edge in AEW helped or hurt his legacy, or do you see him the same way? I see him the same way. I just don't enjoy his AEW stuff too much. His AEW stuff is just, it doesn't fully work. It seems like they have a good direction, then they go a completely different route. Roddy, but you love Edge. It is tough. Edge is the first Money in the Bank winner, world champion, and great heels. He's such a good heel. This is so tough. I wish I had a coin. I'd probably flip the coin right now. I'm going to pick Roddy just because I think Roddy really, really cemented the mid-card division, especially in the Hogan eras, because he was all this stuff that was like great about character work. While you just had the title scene, same guy. Gold vs. Mox wasn't as good as I thought it would be, but that spot from Dynamite was the spot. Dude, Again, this is why we can't bring this stuff in with the voting here, because that was so tough to watch. It was so tough to watch. Not gonna I saw him versus Mox live. It was really bad live. It was very tough to watch live, and you could tell Christian was kind of thrown in there. And then, I don't know if you can see the video, Swerve came out right behind us. So fucking cool. Anyways. Edge's Lawyer Wonder to win. We got 1-1. Do I have a coin? I'll flip a coin. I don't have a coin. I'll flip this thing. It's my wallet. I'm not going to show it. But my ID lands up. It's Edge. The other side. And it's the other side. I'm picking Hot Rod. All right, let's move on to this one. Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, man, he had a good run when they did the brand split. One of the best comebacks was him the Monday night after WrestleMania with John Cena. A lot of the part-time stuff depended on who he was wrestling for his matches to be good. Randy Orton depended on if he's going to be a prick in real life or not. RKO has been the Iron Man of WWE and never left. Gotta respect that. And he's on tonight, building a program with Kevin Owens for WrestleMania. Not even going for the main event spot when he could be kind of in there being the Iron Man, like you said. Let's just, I gotta say, out of these two, and he's full-time for 20 years besides injury. Yeah, that is true. Brock, dookie on your face. It's Randy Orton. All right. Triple H versus Rey Mysterio. I love Rey Mysterio. I gotta maybe say it's gonna be Triple H. I love Rey, but in the grand scheme of things, Triple H was going head-to-head in the Attitude Era with some of the biggest stars, and he was able to create buzz and do all these things. And he carried two versions of DX with him. But Rey Mysterio, probably the first best underdog story that I grew up with. Again, unfortunately, we're not counting the WCW stuff, but he's so good in there as a cruiserweight. Let me know who you got. He defends wrestling. Everyone copies his finisher. Yeah, that's true. Ray should have been even bigger. I'll say it's because of VKM. Yeah, I 100% agree. Cole Money says the game. I got to go Triple H. I love Ray, but yeah, he should have been bigger. I think that's the big issue here. But Triple H does so much. This one, I'll tell you right now, don't give a crap about either one of these two. Both these two put me to sleep. Yeah, wrong company. 100% Cole Money. Bob Backlund, who I consider very boring. I know he's a very classic wrestler. But when I saw him, just boring. I don't like his crazy gimmick. I thought Goldberg was cool when they first started bringing him in, but he got a little boring. And once he got a microphone, he had nothing to say. Except for who's next, constantly in WCW. I know we're not talking about WCW, WWE stuff, but oh man. The Big E voice, Cole Money says Goldberg. I gotta say, Bob Backlund kind of turned me off from WWE when he was doing the stuff with Bret Hart and the title scene when he came back in the 90s. I hated it as a kid, and that's part of what turned me off from watching wrestling for a couple years. I gotta say, I'm not a fan of Goldberg's, but I gotta give it to Goldberg. All right, Stone Cold versus Mick Foley as we get into the second round here. Who do you think was bigger? Yes, we did put Mick Foley ahead of HH. I'm just want to move on from him. Yeah, Goldberg's not winning anymore. Who's next, Goldberg? You're next. You're out of here. Stone Cold or Mick Foley? Yeah, we got to say Stone Cold. I love Mick, but if Mick came back for WrestleMania this year, if it was anything more than like an old school celebrity appearance, I don't think I'd be too hyped for it. Stone Cold, baby. It's a tough one. This is what we're talking about here. Modern day versus old school. To the best of the best Bret Hart against Roman Reigns. Shit. The Raw Shield. Shit. Or not the Shield. I look like the guy from the Shield. I meant the Wire. He's actually coming out right now. If you are watching SmackDown, Roman Reigns is coming out right now as we are doing this. He's coming out with Paul Heyman. I did watch this segment earlier since it was taped. Who do you think? Roman Reigns or Bret Hart? Homely says, how come the same fans that love Foley for what he risked in the ring hate Mox what he's doing? And Foley probably did a lot crazier bumps. I think for Foley, I'm just guessing. I think there's more storyline and heart with Mick Foley and what he does, even with his Cactus Jack or Dude Love. With Mox, it just seems like grasping at straws for ratings. I'm fine with Mox doing with what he does. I've accepted that's who he is once he left WWE and he's doing the indie stuff before he signed with AEW. Personally, I'm fine with it. I really don't care. I see what you mean, Cole Money. It is that double standard. And then people who complain that it's on AEW are probably people who still have ECW t-shirts. Roman Reigns would destroy Bret on the mic and was a bigger star, but Bret out-wrestles the field. Bret, yeah, that's a good point. I gotta say, Tribal Chief, Hitman, Big Dog, yeah. We gotta give it to Roman. As much respect as we all have for Bret, what Roman has done in the past 5 to 6 years has been huge. All right, this another one. 2 great heels, kind of similar. But man, I want to go back in the chat. Mr. All Power laid it out for Randy Orton. Again, I love Roddy Piper. I love Roddy Piper. But man, what Randy Orton has done in the business, I gotta say Randy Orton. All right, bye Goldberg, you're just done. Triple H, the game moves on. Now let's go to another tough one. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. This is huge. This is so tough. Yeah, slim margin, but I think the longevity of Randy Orton's career kind of puts a nice bow on it. It's just everywhere. Who do you think? Now, we have to look at this. Stone Cold is huge, but let's say Roman Reigns didn't wrestle for like 7-8 years and then came back at WrestleMania. Would it not be just as big as Stone Cold coming back to face Kevin Owens or someone else? All right, there we go. That's a fair point. I agree. I am someone who holds on to Stone Cold and his legacy very fondly. It is exciting, and it was fucking raw, and it was great. And then I get into kind of like the opposite here. Stone Cold's heel run. I hated it. I hated the turn at WrestleMania, and I didn't like the run. Roman Reigns, wasn't a fan of the Shield at all. I wasn't at all. I hated the Shield. But they're boring. Roman Reigns now? Ooh, I see someone with an OTC shirt at the store. I point. I acknowledge them. Why? Because I respect Roman Reigns. I think we know what to do. We love you, Stone Cold. We hope to see a WrestleMania this year. But we have to acknowledge Roman Reigns. All right. Evolution is a mystery. Randy Orton versus Triple H. Both long careers. They both parallel each other. Who do you got? Wait until Roman finishes his career, what impact he has on the next batch of wrestlers. That's true. This is a tough one, but I think, in my opinion, if you want to lobby for Randy Orton, you got a few seconds to go ahead. But I gotta say, I think it's Triple H. Again, just being a threat as champion is a big deal. Both of them accomplished that. Being great on the mic, both of them accomplished that. They were both in a great faction. I gotta say Triple H, though. There you go. Triple H made Randy. It is what it is. Evolution. Love you, Randy. Can't wait to see you at WrestleMania. But it's time for the game. And that means it's time to finish the right side of the bracket. Who is the biggest WWE superstar out of Triple H and Roman Reigns? The winner faces John Cena. Keep that in mind when you vote. Randy has always been a tad bit better because he's more athletic. I think Triple H is a great wrestling mind, but boring in the ring. I want to touch on this really quick. I love Triple H. I feel exactly the same way as you. There are old school stories that Triple H tells in the ring that I don't think kept up with where the viewers were. I always thought they were about like a few years behind. They got a little boring, especially Triple H versus Big Man in the ring. 100% agree. I'm glad you brought that up. I have gotten into arguments about that with people about Triple H's matches. I love Triple H. I own Triple H shirts. His matches can be boring. Roman Reigns, and he beat him in WrestleMania. Roman Reigns, man, I got to give it to him. He's been so good and consistent, and he's come back in the last 5 years better than ever, and even when he part-times it a little bit, he picks his spots perfectly to come back. Winner is facing John Cena. I'm going to go with Roman Reigns because I'm just talking in-ring stuff. I got to say Roman Reigns' story arc has been bigger than Triple H's. Here we go. Who do you think is going to win the whole thing? I am so glad Mr. All Power is sobering up. I hate when people make rash decisions. This is beautiful. Roman Reigns versus John Cena. Mr. All Power is saying Roman is taking the whole thing. Do you think John Cena should take the whole thing? Whoa, 25 years of burying people, making sure the good guy, the Boy Scout, goes over ahead of villains. Look at the guy in the ring right now. Oh, you got the YTC in you. He's even changed it up from the OTC. The YTC is in the ring. He's building a three-way match at WrestleMania that I didn't care about when we heard about it a couple months ago. Now, after this promo, if you watch it, I hope you're enjoying it. Him, Seth Rollins, and Punk. Punk sold me on this match right away with this when you watch this promo. Here's a good point. Who made more money? I gotta say, John Cena probably made more money with his merch. I mean, Jesus, the spinner belts, those sold everywhere. Right now, still John Cena. That's a good point, Cole Money. If we're talking greatest superstar for WWE, that's a great point. Ooh. Who are you voting for, Cole Money? Looks like you're voting for Cena, maybe. Until further notice, Big Match John, and he did it during the Vince BS. That's another point. I gotta say, I'm very surprised that John Cena and Cody Rhodes have both pulled off a Boy Scout face. Still pick Roman. Let's say this. Next vote for Roman or Cena. We're 1-1. Next vote in the chat gets the winner. The Tribal Chief is head and shoulders above the rest. I hate Cena, but remember when Cena got him on the mic? Oh, that was tough to watch. Cody should be on the list next time. Next time, I'll make the list. This is when I found... We can do a speed round one if you want next. I can find another one. We can choose one together and we can do a speed round. Again, Cole Money says Cena. Mr. All Power says Roman. One more. Anyone out there, pick one, and they win. Biggest WWE superstar in our March Madness bracket wars. I'm going to have to pick. I don't want to pick. The chants are starting. Roman. I like this. I should just leave this up all stream. Cena sucks. I love this. He does make kids cry. Keep going, Mr. All Power. I'm going to show Eric all this shit too, so he understands. No, Roman didn't do that. That's another good point. Ooh, I'm swaying right now. I'm swaying. I'm sorry, Cole Money. join the fight here. What's going on? Cena. I mean, Roman gave us a new look, a new attitude. Roman gave us new music. Cena didn't do that. What did Cena do? Lazy ass kept the same gear, kept the same music. Why? I'm done at the end of the year. I'm going to mail it in. But he did plug his bald spot. Numbers don't lie. That is true. I cannot argue that, Cole. He is the biggest money maker for WWE, I think, of all time ever. All right, since no one's voting, I'm going to pick. You might be surprised if you know my history with the show, but I gotta say, Roman Reigns. Kiss my ass, John Cena. Kiss my ass, you son of a bitch. That was our bracket wars. Did you have fun? I had fun. Thanks for joining. I really had a good time doing that. If you want to stick around, we can just speed around really quick. Just let me know really quick. Otherwise, if you want to watch this great promo, you can go ahead and do that too. But this was good. March Madness, Bracket Wars. I can bring this back next week. We can do a daytime one. Are daytimes better for you guys out there? Let me know. Is this too late, or would you like to do daytime? Again, I am in Hollywood. It is 7:55 p.m. right now. It's 60 degrees and beautiful here. Hope you guys are having a good weekend. And again, keep your eye on the channel here. We're going to be doing the Slammy Awards. We'll vote live together. I'm trying to make a couple videos. For those who don't know, my computer shut down. I had to get it redone. Everything got erased on here. All my shit that I worked on. Even the new intro got erased, but I found it somewhere, and it got saved. So I'm very happy I get to show the new intro to you guys. But yeah, we'll be doing the Slammy Awards live together. There's, I think, 12 categories. You can go on right now on WWE.com, get a feel for what the categories are, and we can vote together. And we'll try to do that next week, either Friday night, or I'll try to do an afternoon stream for that too. So we'll have some fun. Hey, thanks for spending your night with me. This has been fun. March Madness on the road to WrestleMania. And we crown Roman Reigns the greatest WWE superstar of all time. I'd be so mad if my computer done. Dude, everything got erased. You guys have been so good. I should give you a free sneak preview of the new intro. That's how good you guys have been. Let me know. Maybe I can do it. CM Punk coming out now. This is a real good promo if you guys want to watch it. Yeah, everything got erased. Everything I had. It's like I got a brand new computer back. Very odd to get a brand new computer back. Hey, gym update. Seen a difference in your arms finally? Good. Took me like 4 or 5 months to see a difference in my arms, so good. The best one I do is for the traps. I do the pull downs. Love those. Still working on the beer guy. The beer gut. Hey, I live right down the street from an In-N-Out Burger, and I like a little on the weekends, so I am always working on mine. Hey, you too can be like Zach. Just lose your hair and gain an attitude. Yeah, so that's it. Let me know though. Seriously, are daytime streams better for you, or do you like the nighttime? I like the nighttime, but I have the daytime. I can do a quick stream too, especially like the Slammies. That's it. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Check out the videos from Knock and I when we went to go see Revolution. I think we're going to go see the new TNA pay-per-view that's coming up. Not this one, but the one after that, I do believe, is here in LA. So we might go check that out and have some more fun. And I'll try to do some more movie Q&As here in Hollywood and get them on the channel for you. Otherwise, we're going to try to do another tier list very soon. I had a bunch of stuff on my computer for tier list. That got wiped out as well. Mr. All Power, thank you. You know what? Next week, yeah, those are very nice. Knock got great seats with Swerve coming out. Let me tell you this. This Wednesday, Knock and I have been doing the Daredevil reviews. I fall asleep during that show, and I can't talk about it that much because I don't really enjoy it. I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's terrible. It's very boring. We are going to bring the podcast back, Popcast, and we'll talk about Daredevil Born Again, the 2 episodes on Wednesday. But we're going to talk about everything else too, especially like American Dad is going to be on Fox again. Whatever else is going on in pop culture, we're going to talk about that on Wednesday. And on Wednesday, we will debut the new intro. We will say goodbye to the old intro on the channel and debut the new intro that I'm so happy got saved. I worked over 2 months on this intro. I'm so happy. We get a lot of good shows, I gotta say. We do. Oh, you can watch all of Daredevil at once? Okay. 4 more weeks. I hope you enjoy it more than I did. I didn't enjoy it so far. Knock absolutely loves that show. He's been telling everyone to watch it. Tune in Wednesday and talk about it with Knock. Whenever we're done finishing another show, that's our next show to watch, Paradise. You heard it from Mr. All Power, and you heard it from Knock. Paradise is the show to watch on Hulu. Invincible, God, I know. Anything's better than Daredevil, I think. I gotta get on Paradise. Tune in Wednesday, though. I'm going to play the old intro one more time, and I think I'm going to play it one more time on Wednesday, and then that's it. And then it's time for the new intro, and that's it. I don't even know what else to say, except thank you for spending your Friday nights with me, and make sure to comment, thumbs up the video, and all that good shit. And most importantly, I cannot wait to see you. Most importantly, have a great weekend, and be excellent to each other. All right? Take care, everyone. And again, I'm going to play this one last time. This might be the last time you see the intro. Later, everyone.